It's Madden NFL 23.
The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields. Fields going to throw right away. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap, Fields. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snootful, didn't he? How about that big-time game?
First down, and they go with Swift again. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. So, Charles, for this offense, we've been talking all year about how difficult it would be to run the table. And you gave me your chances early in the year. You thought maybe 25%. A few weeks ago, you thought closer to 50, but not quite 50. Now, here they are, 15-0. This is happening, isn't it?
I think it is, Brandon, because I do believe this team is too invested, too well coached to fall asleep at the switch now. And I think it ultimately benefits them to stay engaged all the way through the season, because make it to the finish line, then they get the open week to refresh and re-energize. But if you get off the gas now, that can really hurt you come playoff time.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. One play action, Fields. And incomplete on the deep ball. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Fields. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And he's going to be marked down short of the first down, right around the 17. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that's going to make it 4th down. They'll try it now with Swift. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
Holding offense.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Seibert able to knock this one through. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. They take 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
There's a lot of good to watch in the game last week, wasn't there? I mean, he did throw 2 touchdown passes. That was impressive. And he's so close, isn't he? The 3 interceptions killed him and his team. That was costly. But if he just cleans that up a little bit, there's a reason for optimism with this team and this passer.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. This defense for the Bears, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. 10 more there and another first down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
Yeah, great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he will slide down with a good gain. Able to pick up a dozen yards there on the scramble, but not enough. Fourth down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on second down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
And he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. Sly able to put this one through. And that one ties. 23. For almost 8 years, 64 stood as the NFL record for the longest field goal. Since been eclipsed, it's now 66, but still 64. Pretty impressive, CD.
Absolutely agree with that, because if you drill a 60-yarder in an NFL game, you've got a lot to be proud of, record or no record. And only a handful of guys can even attempt it. Excellent job there, putting that one through the pipes.
The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC. What we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position #1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things. But winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Slot man moves right. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Preston Williams, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have moved out in front. extra point by Seibert up and good. And the lead is now 10-3. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And the ball's out. Hyde fumbled it. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll set up to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Jalen Petrie make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Got a man. That's Colin Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's complete to Disley, the tight end.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Holding offense.
That one's on the former Patriot, Joe Thuney.
Still 1st down.
(10-3) our score after 1 here on EA Sports. Ready to roll for the 2nd quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it with a 1st down coming up. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
Tackle there by Lewis Cine.
2nd and 15. Johnson's got it complete.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 38.
Handoff to Barkley on the option.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 23. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
2nd and 6.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the fourth down.
Sly able to put this one through. He's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal here.
Sure it is that the kicker you can depend on partner because he missed all year. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
From the 6.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
They run out of the gun with Swift. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now.
Second and 16. Now it's Fields.
Gonna throw right side here, complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Man open, it's Tony. He's got it. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
And he'll get it down here to the 43.
Holding offense.
That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
To throw is Fields.
For Kidder here, it's complete.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Getting the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
On 3rd down, a run from White. And some room to work.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
16 yards is the pickup there on a first down for Chicago.
Fields going to get this one out on the perimeter.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 23 yards the final tally. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Fields now to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A 14-yard touchdown as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because nowadays in this NFL, you're thinking touchdown almost every drive because everything's so high-powered. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
They'll be trying to put it in the end zone here on this drive. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. The throw over the middle, taken in. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And this incomplete. Oh, my. He might have been celebrating in the end zone if he'd held on. Nearly picked, but instead, it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Corey Bojorquez now. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this is taken at the 23. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Bears take over. The Chicago offense set to get started. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. We'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On 1st down, Fields. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Throwing on 2nd and long. Fields. And this one is incomplete.
I see a surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. That'll be caught. It's Tony. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 42. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Giants are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football, because turnovers at that situation, they really become magnified.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. They're going to look to throw. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants about set to go to begin this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the scout troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. And the Giants send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 20-yard line.
They'll start on the ground with Swift.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the play, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Out of the gun, Fields.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A gain there of 21 yards. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 41.
Back to throw, Fields.
Got him in over the middle. It's Williams.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And that'll be caught by Tony.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 14. 23 yards the pickup there.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown.
Kadarius Toney.
A 14-yard touchdown as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and the lead is up to 18 now. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And it's Kadarius Toney who caps things with a touchdown reception.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now out come the Giants.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, partner, they certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down. Up the middle with Barkley. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Now back to throw.
Quick slant finding Claypool. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Let's go now.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Johnson.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Second and 2.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Back to throw again.
And oh, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. Sly able to put this one through.
And that'll get the deficit down to 15.
So maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does come back with a couple of scores.
And at this point in the third quarter, you know what's more than fair. That means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here comes Justin Fields and the rest of the Bears offense.
He really continues to pick apart this defense. Last drive, perfect, and it culminated in his 3rd touchdown pass.
As long as we've been doing this, how many times has a player in this type of a zone describe the game as really slowed down.
Yep.
So right now, instead of warp speed,
snail's pace.
Oh, snail's pace for him, and he can do whatever he wants. Feels like he has all the time in the world to throw the ball, and his offensive line has been getting.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 46.
Fields.
Past the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
It's another first down on a big gainer there. 33 yards.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Here's Fields.
And it's caught. And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right?
Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
He'll fire this deep for Gallup. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on fourth down, this is a big call.
Roughing the passer, defense.
Well, that frustration, Charles, it's been building on the defensive side of the ball, and unfortunately there it turns into a roughing the passer penalty.
Yeah, and they should be frustrated because he's picked them apart the entire game, but it's got to come out in a different way. You can't hit him illegally.
Through an opening, and there he goes. A big play there on the catch and run. 52 yards.
Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
And plenty to praise on the play, but this is also a bit of a breakdown defensively because you've got to be right on him when he makes the catch. Otherwise, he has the ability to really make you pay, and he does right there, picking up excellent.
And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. It'll go as nearly a loss of 10 on first and goal, so a disaster there. It goes as a 9-yard loss on the sack.
They'll give it to Barkley off the option play.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right, and he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up fourth down. Gotta try it here. He's back to throw. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. They can't hook up here on the fourth down pass attempt, and the Bears will get the football back. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
On play action, Fields.
And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left.
Off play action, Fields.
Steps away to his left. And this is caught by Williams. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 32 on the play.
A shotgun snap, Fields.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 24 yards.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference to see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do. Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw in that play with a loss. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there. On 4th down, Fields.
And he's got it. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown.
the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken in at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
And the Giants ready to come out now.
Facing a big fourth-quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way.
Giants are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Slay is up and good.
And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. The tackle by Cole Holcomb.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Right back to Swift again on second down. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 64 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. You can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coached some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
The throw for Tony is intercepted.
Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown. Seibert on for the PAT. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one.
On the set. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Shut up.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He dumps it off to Barkley. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that'll make it second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles where he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
2nd and 9 now. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, if you're going to give out a little applause on that play, it has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it ends up falling incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. And the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And this is caught at the 8. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
To throw is Fields.
And give him another 6. It's caught.
And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Ready up. Oh, take it to the house.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And really, it looked at times like they just had the...
When I'm in my zone and get it going Donkey Kong, they got the hand dollar, will you give a dog a bone? I'm like, oh no, you gotta get it Going George Lucas, now I'm out here killing clones. Coming in strong like, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Boosted up my cardio, I used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Everybody eating, it's a party, wanna come to time. You can bring your mama, daddy, sister, and your cousin out. Everybody wanna kill the king, or you shit wanna take the crown. I can see through it like a stomach with a other sign. When I hit the gas, I be going like 100 miles. They be getting tired, running out like 100 house. All up in my business, real nose it like a bloodhound. I'ma throw them off like I'm standing on a picture mound. All they do is look at Instagram while they sit around.